I was one of those people that thought it couldn't happen to me. I just did. I just never, and I didn't know about fentanyl until then. So that's why I'm on this journey of advocacy for my son. And I will do another march again, because we marched up to the hospital. And as you remember, we weren't welcomed at first because they didn't know the reason why. Yet I called several times to this hospital and let them know, hey, I want to march and give these diaper bags out, and they never really got back with me with a legit answer. So we just did it anyway, because it's an important topic. That was the hospital that my child died in. So I wanted them to know that they need to start educating mothers, especially when they have, ones with history of addiction. I was an ex-addict, should I say, a recovering addict, when I gave birth to baby Cash. So 7 months clean, should I say. So, but at that time, I didn't know about fentanyl. And had they told me a story about one of the 7 children or 8 children that had died recently in Kentucky from fentanyl exposure, when my baby was born, I would have kept 1 to 2 Narcans in them, because sometimes it takes several doses. So that I just want to put the word out. I want to sound the alarm and make people aware, parents aware, that Narcan is essential tool almost for a diaper bag, just like a bottle is, just like formula, just like it is. And to know the signs of addiction. The woman, should I say, that was potentially responsible for my child passing, I think she panicked due to not knowing that my baby was overdosing. And that sent her to make a idiotic decision. Instead of calling for help, hearing him have raspy breathing, and there's other signs. There's so many signs, and I'm just like, I didn't know this. I just didn't know, and I need people to know. I need people to really be aware of this. And the Narcan for the diaper bags, we handed out 35. We made 35 diaper bags, but we handed out 30 at the march, and I can say that was one of the most liberating feelings that I've had on my journey since my baby passed, because I feel like I gave out 35 chances. 35 chances of, not losing life over something that's so preventable, but it's out there.
So it's doing the outreach here for harm reduction. Go out, pass out Narcan and all that stuff, and try to save other, people that still suffers, and all the stuff out there used and all that stuff like that. So I'm doing the outreach here for the harm reduction and pass out Narcans and stuff. So. I was hopeless. I had no trust on nobody. When I first went to Goodwill, I couldn't even look at my career coach in her face and talk to her. I was looked down, like I was fear of my challenge because of what I'm going through. Like I'm afraid that I'm gonna get turned down, like I was stuck in for so long, so many years, and didn't trust the process. Because I already lost hope and everything. But then here I am, they helping me through and start getting that trust and believe that they are helping me and move me to the right direction. What we do here in harm reduction, we helping people, try to get them the resource they need and provide them what they need, medical or anything like they need, like ID and stuff like that. We be able to help them and provide them what they need.
education is the #1 reason why my granddaughter is not here. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been in those situations. I've Narcan folks, and I had to bring them back in. So I know the signs, I know the symptoms, so with that being said, they didn't know that. And when I got the information, I found out that she had passed away probably like at 1 o'clock that morning versus at 5 o'clock when I got the phone call, because those are the symptoms was presenting itself as far as being an overdose death or being fentanyl related death, because she's like, well, yeah, around 12 o'clock she had a deep snore, you know what I'm saying, and so telling me all the things. So being a medical professional, I knew what it was, and that's what I kind of got like a lot of guilt, because I'm like, as much advocating as I do, I'm in the community, I'm passing out these things, I'm talking. I never once thought that I would have to tell my kids this, because they're not in it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think that I would have to educate them, but now I know that everybody needs to be educated, whether you're doing drugs or if you're not doing drugs, whether you know somebody that's doing one, whether you don't know somebody that's doing. If you're compassionate, you got a heart, then you're gonna carry it around because you just want to save lives. It's just what it is, and education is the #1 thing. As a matter of fact, education is the only reason why, other than the fact that she got a hold to it, is the reason why she's not here today, is the lack of education.
I remember people getting dumped in ice tubs with ice water, all kind of crazy shit trying to save people's lives. When Narcan came around, I myself have overdosed and died 15 times. And if it wasn't for Narcan, I most definitely wouldn't be here. I was so miserable that, I really hated my life, but I couldn't get off of the drugs. Really Narcan kept me alive long enough for me to find sobriety and want to start loving myself again and find some joy in life.
One of the co-founders of Kentucky Harm Reduction Coalition, Donald Davis, worked on the mobile syringe exchange, and that's where I did my internship. And so I'll probably cry a little bit. That's where my education around harm reduction started. He taught me so much about harm reduction in general, but also about myself and a different way to process the shit that I've been through. He was like instrumental in all of that. I learned so much from him, and then learned so much from the folks that we worked with on the syringe exchange. We have amazing people in this city that use drugs, and they are often overlooked and discounted. And that program really, I formed some lifelong relationships to people that I know will be in my life for the rest of the time that I'm on this planet, and that's truly amazing to me.
Well, from my experience, it's safety, first and foremost. It's a place that you can go where you're surrounded by good people. They have a lot of wonderful resources, clothing, food. The staff is phenomenal. You can talk to them about anything. And I think the most beautiful part is that they accept you as you are. And I have struggled with alcohol abuse, a binge drinker, and bipolar disorder. And it has affected my life in many, many, many negative ways. And, I've tried the abstinence, I've tried to stop for a little while, I've gone through programs. And what I like about harm reduction is they accept you where you are. If I were to come into the facility and I had been drinking, they would still let me come into the facility and accept me where I am. And you can talk to them, say, I've had a really bad day, or, what resources do you have? They don't exclude you, because sometimes abstinence isn't always the best route for people. And so they just try to accept you and say, hey, we do have these resources. we're just trying to lessen the harm that you would do to other people, which I have done, a lot of people all around me, and to myself. And I see people out on the streets every day, and it just breaks my heart. One day I was walking past this gentleman that was smoking some spice, walked back again, and he was just passed out. And there's this, he's surrounded with possible harm, and especially the ladies. And so I just like coming for the safety, my dignity being recognized as well, that just wherever I am, that they're gonna be there to help me. And it's a safe place. They keep it very, very safe when you're in there.